Hey everyone. So I just want to take you through how we're going to create the amortization table on Google Sheets. Okay, so when you click the link that I attached to that P-Learning page, it'll take you to this. So these first two numbers I just filled in already. These are two that you'll have to fill in on your own. So this is the amount of whatever house you want to choose. So I picked $350,000 just to go with. And then this number will be whatever the monthly payment that you calculated is. Okay, so what I did was I calculated based on a $350,000 mortgage for a 30-year loan at 4.5% interest, and I got this number. Again, that will change based on what your price is and what the interest rate that you found is, okay? But I want to take you through how we're going to fill in the rest of this Google form. Okay, so you know it's 5 years worth of payments, so our payment numbers go all the way down to 60, all right? And obviously, I don't want you to have to calculate each and every cell by hand. So we're going to have Excel, or in this case, Google Sheets, kind of do the work for us. So first of all, we want to put in here how much goes towards interest, okay? We've been using a calculation for that. It's I equals PRT, but we're going to use the cells here to help us do that, okay? So we're going to hit the equal sign, say equals, okay? So again, PRT, so our principal. So how much do we owe this month? Well, we haven't made any payments yet, so we owe the entire $350,000, which is in this cell right here. So I'm going to click that cell. I'm going to click it. You notice the cell name appears in the formula. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply that by the interest rate. Okay. So to do multiplication in here, we want to hit the shift key and then 8. And you see those little star appears. That means multiplication. Okay. So my interest rate was 4.5%. Yours might be different. But again, I want to convert that into a decimal first. So multiply it by 0.045. Okay, see how that appeared? Now look at this. This is how cool it is. Without me hitting enter, it'll tell me what that number ends up being right now. But again, the time frame is just 1 month. So I'm going to either multiply by 1/12, or we can just divide by 12. So to divide, you hit the slash key, which is right below the question mark. So I'm going to hit slash, right, or divided by 12, and then hit enter. All right, so that's how much of my monthly payment has to go towards interest. All right, now to figure out how much goes towards principal, we're going to take our monthly payment and subtract from it how much we have to pay towards interest. So I'm going to hit equals, and then I'm going to hit the cell that represents my monthly payment, which in this case is C2, right? See how it says it there? And I'm going to subtract from that how much goes towards interest, which in this case is D2. Okay, hit enter, and it's going to calculate how much goes towards principal. Now for our ending balance, okay, we're going to take how much we owed at the beginning of the month and subtract how much of our monthly payment can go towards principal. So from ending balance, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. It's that beginning balance cell minus how much goes towards principal, which is this cell right here. Hit enter. All right. Okay, so we got those. So we got beginning balance, monthly payment, total interest, total principal, ending balance. Now, first of all, we know our monthly payment isn't going to change each month. So what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight this cell first, right? So it's, outlined in blue. Then see this little blue box right towards the bottom of it? When I hover over that, notice my cursor becomes this like black, plus sign. I'm going to click and drag that all the way down. So it's going to copy that number into every other cell because each month, and I'm going to release at payment 60, release. Okay, so copy that payment. It's the same thing each and every month. All right. The other question, though, guys, is what's our beginning balance here? Well, remember, our beginning balance in month 2 is the same as the ending balance in month 1. So in this one, I'm going to hit equals the ending balance for month 1. So that number is not going to match what happens here. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't want you guys to have to re-enter that formula here. What we can do is same thing we did before. So I'm going to highlight how we calculated total interest, or this cell. Okay, see how up in here it still lists the formula? And I'm going to go to that little blue square again. I'm going to click and drag that all the way down. Because now what Google Sheets is going to do is it's going to apply that formula to every other cell. Now, it says zeros for the rest of them because there isn't a beginning balance yet. And I'm going to do that for the rest of them too. So for principal, do the same thing. I'm going to highlight the cell, go down to the bottom right-hand corner, click. and drag that down to all these cells. Okay. Now again, it's not going to make sense here. The reason it's the same number here is because this was a 0. So it's taking our monthly payment, subtracting 0, being the same thing. That's okay for right now. You'll see it'll fix itself in a second. We go to ending balance, same thing. Click, drag all the way down. Okay. And now that we have some information in here, we can take the beginning balance one and also click and drag that all the way down. Again, it's copying and pasting those formulas that we put in. Now watch what happens when I release. It's all going to fill out now because now we have all our information. Isn't that amazing? I think this thing is so cool. You notice how each month the amount of interest we pay goes down and the amount of money that goes towards principal goes up. Okay, so that's the majority of your amortization table. The other thing we have to do, and the question asks you, is to calculate how much goes towards interest and how much money went towards principal total during these 5 years. Okay, so I think this column here, here's our interest column, here's our principal column. So to figure out our totals, okay, I'm going to click. See, I put totals on here for you guys. Click here. And now I want it to add up all those cells above it, right? Because each month I want it to add up how much went towards interest. So I'm going to hit equals, and I'll type in sum. So S-U-M, okay? And I'll open a parenthesis, okay? Now I'm going to click and highlight all the cells that I want it to add up for us, or I want it to sum. Okay, so I'm going to go back all the way up to payment number 1. Okay, I'm going to close the parenthesis and then hit enter. It just added up all of them. So in 5 years, we had to pay $75,000 towards interest. Okay, now I could type in the same thing here for principal, or I can take this cell, right, go to that bottom blue box here, click and drag that to the right to apply that formula to our principal. And now it's going to add up that same range down here. That's it. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and share that with me, and you're good for this part. All right, thanks, guys.